Episode 163. Han Li had come here precisely for its quiet and sparse population. Fewer people meant a lower chance of trouble, and being close to the city wall meant if anything unexpected happened, he could make a quick getaway. The appearance of those ghost spirit sect cultivators still left Han Li feeling vaguely uneasy. Making some preparations in advance, just in case, was simply a habit born of his caution. The Wind and Moon Inn housed few cultivators, and those who stayed here were either averse to crowds or naturally solitary. They all kept to their own rooms, with no one wandering the halls. This suited Han Li just fine. He promptly found a relatively clean room and settled in. As for where Dong Xuaner was staying, Han Li couldn't be bothered to look. He'd definitely see her once the treasure hunt began. Then, he could just return to Yellow Maple Valley with her. With that thought, Han Li drifted off to sleep. That night, as most cultivators drifted into sleep or entered meditative trances, a red-haired elder paced back and forth in a heavily guarded room. This was the command center of Yanling Fort, its highest structure, the Feiyun Pavilion. His hands were clasped behind his back, his face an expressionless mask. 3 gray-robed elders stood before him, their hands clasped respectfully at their sides, their expressions the very picture of deference.
Zijun, did that ghost spirit sect youth truly say he would come to see me tonight?
The red-haired elder finally came to a stop, casting a faint glance at one of the other old men.
It was the patriarch. The ghost spirit sect's young master did indeed send me a private voice transmission like that after the tournament concluded.
The red-haired elder gave a nod, his face expressionless, but a flash of golden light flickered in his eyes. Just then, a black-clad, middle-aged man walked in through the door.
Ancestor, honored elders, the guests have arrived and are in the main hall. However, their 2 guards absolutely refused to wait outside. Several of our iron guards tried to forcibly remove them, but were instead subdued. They appear to be core formation cultivators. How should we proceed? We await your guidance, Ancestor.
Core formation cultivators?
That's hardly surprising. If a young sect master of his stature didn't have a bodyguard, the ghost spirit sect's leader would never have let him come here in the first place. Let's go meet him. I'm quite curious to see what this young master looks like under that mask, that he has to be so sneaky about it.
The red-haired elder was the first to step out of the room, and the others naturally followed close behind. As soon as he entered the main hall, the red-haired elder saw a tall, slender young man wearing a silver demon mask, sitting perfectly still in a guest seat. Behind him stood 2 figures in green robes. One had a face layered with wrinkles and hair as white as snow, looking impossibly ancient. The other was a child with rosy lips and cheeks, his hair tied in 2 small braids. In the center of the hall, 7 or 8 black-robed cultivators lay sprawled on the floor, each one's face shrouded in a dark miasma, completely unconscious.
So it's the famous Li brothers. No wonder you think so little of our Yan clan.
The red-haired elder's pupils contracted slightly at the sight of the 2 green-robed men, but his expression remained impassive. He then walked to the main seat in the hall, swept his robe aside, and sat down. With 2 light claps of his hands, several black-clad figures silently entered from outside and wordlessly dragged the unconscious people from the hall.
I never thought our reputation was so great that even the Yan family patriarch knows of us. This is truly an honor for us brothers. However, my brother and I are only here to protect the young master. He's the one in charge. If you have any business, Elder Yan, you should discuss it with our young master.
Hearing this from the 2 men, the red-haired elder felt a sudden chill in his heart.
For a fiend of such fearsome reputation to say that this young master is clearly no ordinary figure.
His gaze settled on the young man.
So you're the young master of the ghost spirit sect? Why the mask? Is there something you're trying to hide?
You've got me all wrong. I wear this mask out of necessity, not because I have anything to hide.
If you truly wish to see it, Senior, I can of course remove my mask for you.
What's so interesting about a man's face? I have no interest in that. It's your ghost spirit sect people who've come all this way to meddle in our Yan clan's affairs and specifically asked to see me. I'm here now and you've seen me. So if you have something to say, spit it out. I have no patience for getting involved in your affairs.
Since Senior Yan has put it so plainly, I will not beat around the bush. My father has a letter for you, Senior, and he also asked me to convey 2 words to you.
The ghost spirit sect's young master, seeing the Yan family patriarch converse in this manner, remained unflustered and composed. This level of poise alone was truly extraordinary.
What letter? This old man has never met your father. The Yan clan and the ghost spirit sect have no ties whatsoever. What letter could possibly need delivering to me? And you sent it with just 2 cryptic words. Are you trying to make a fool of me?
As he spoke, the Yan family patriarch cast a deliberate sidelong glance at the Lee brothers, watching for any unusual movement. The Yan family patriarch still found it hard to believe that the person in charge was truly the ghost spirit sect's young master. The Lee brothers naturally noticed his suspicion, but after exchanging a glance and a smile, they made no further move. The ghost spirit sect's young master then produced a jade slip from his person. He stood up, took a few steps forward, and offered it. But Patriarch Yan remained seated, motionless, making no move to take it. He merely cast a glance at the jade slip.
The letter can wait. First, tell me what those 2 words were. I'll decide whether to read it after I've heard them.
The ghost spirit sect's young master didn't take offense. Instead, he let out a soft sigh from behind his mask, then murmured 2 words that only the red-haired elder could hear. The other members of the Yan clan couldn't hear what those 2 words were, but they saw the patriarch's body jolt violently upon hearing them. He even shot up from his chair with a sharp intake of breath, his expression turning extremely grim.
Hand over the letter, then follow me to the secret chamber.
The red-haired elder's expression shifted uncertainly for a moment before he finally steeled his resolve. Then, in front of the many Yan clan disciples, the Yan clan patriarch led the ghost spirit sect's young master into a secret chamber layered with multiple restriction barriers. The others, including the Lee brothers, remained outside. The 2 of them showed no trace of concern, appearing utterly confident in the safety of the ghost spirit sect's young master. And so they waited for an entire night. Han Li frowned at the so-called master's pill formula before him, feeling a wave of exasperation. It was now noon on Han Li's 2nd day at Yanling Fort. After a morning of lively discussion with the new arrivals, the dozen or so cultivators from various sects in the room began to exchange the items they needed. Each person took a turn stating what they needed and what they could offer for trade to see if any other cultivators present were willing to make a deal. Don't underestimate this small-scale exchange. Several cultivators actually brought out some real treasures. For instance, the Fang woman from the Heavenly Void sect offered a piece of celestial splendor stone in trade, the premier material for forging top-tier earth attribute magic tools. Even some less demanding earth attribute magic treasures can incorporate this material. Another new recruit from the Spirit Beast Mountain sect produced a Windhowl Eagle egg, a top-tier first-grade monster beast. Once hatched, it would make a fine companion for any cultivator, handy for both scouting and tracking down resources. The items offered by the others, while not as dazzling as those 2, were still materials that were difficult to obtain through ordinary means. Among the items, Han Li actually found one of the herbs needed to refine a spirit-gathering pill. This was a surprise. He traded 7 or 8 high-grade primary talismans for it. Of course, its age was definitely insufficient. It would still need him to go back and nurture it, but even so, it left both him and the other party grinning from ear to ear. When it was Han Li's turn to speak, he offered some high-grade primary talismans for trade. He then listed the 2 remaining pill ingredients he still needed. After a moment's hesitation, he added that he would also consider various pill recipes. Since these were ingredients required by an ancient formula, and Han Li hadn't managed to collect them all even within the Yellow Maple Valley or the Tianxing sect's methods, they were obviously not common items. Consequently, most of the other cultivators had never even heard of the materials Han Li mentioned. Even those who had heard of one or two didn't have them in their possession. As for the pill formulas, these cultivators wouldn't trade them for mere talismans either. They knew Han Li was just making a casual remark. Han Li had been talking for a while now, and still no one came forward to trade. Seeing there was no hope, he prepared to sit back down in disappointment. But then, unexpectedly, someone spoke up and asked him,
"You'll take any pill formula? I have a rather unusual one here. How many talismans do you think it's worth?"
Of course. I'm willing to trade for any pill formula.
Only after he'd spoken did Han Li realize that the person offering the pill formula was none other than Wu Yuzi, that rather aloof and eccentric Taoist. Hearing Han Li's words, Wu Yuzi's face broke into a faint smile. He then tossed a cyan jade slip to Han Li. And the other cultivators, seeing someone actually trade a pill formula for a talisman, couldn't help but murmur amongst themselves, their expressions full of disbelief. As for Wu Yuzi's senior brother, Wu Fazi, he simply ignored it all, closing his eyes to rest. Han Li took it and, with a quick glance, understood exactly why the other party had offered it up for trade. This was also an ancient formula, specifically the 4-spirit pill, used by ancient cultivators to raise spirit beasts. According to the pill formula, not only do most demonic beasts find this pill extremely palatable, but with prolonged consumption it can even have the miraculous effect of accelerating a spirit beast's rank advancement. It is undoubtedly the best pill for nurturing them. Seeing this, Han Li was taken aback. How could a pill formula this valuable be offered up for trade? But when Han Li saw the ingredients required for its refinement listed below, he understood completely why the other party held it in such low regard.
The ingredients required to refine these 4 spirits pills are simply staggering for a common cultivator. They're almost as rare and precious as the materials I need for my chi condensation pills. Forget about the difficulty of gathering the ingredients. Even if someone could assemble these rare herbs, who in their right mind would actually use them to make some 4 spirit pills? Of course I'd keep it for myself. Improving my own magic power is far more worthwhile than using it on a spirit beast.
Uncle Master did say any pill formula would do. You're not going back on your word now, are you?
The gaunt-faced Taoist suddenly wore a sly expression, the picture of simple honesty completely gone. Han Li could only shake his head with a bitter smile. And that's how we got the scene from the start. But while the formula was useless to others, its value to Han Li was obvious. He wasn't about to let it slip away. Han Li lowered his head in thought, then pulled 10 high-grade primary talismans from his storage pouch and tossed them over.
This should satisfy him. After all, that pill formula is practically useless to most cultivators. If it weren't, he'd have traded it to the Spirit Beast Mountain sect long ago. Why would he still be holding on to it?